So for a long time, I thought there was something really wrong for feeling this way. But I wanted to be really honest in this video because this is something that isn't easy or popular to say. I realized that specializing wasn't for me, and it's kind of a little bit scary to say out loud as a doctor in South Africa, but it's true. And once I finally admitted it, it actually kind of made a lot of sense. Hi, I'm Zahra. I'm a medical doctor and an entrepreneur, and I've been working in medicine for the last 7 years. And so I wanted to be honest about my own journey, admit that specializing wasn't for me, which has been a slightly unpopular opinion, and it's been incredibly scary, and wading through the dark to find a path of success and financial freedom has been a lot trickier than I thought. So you're probably wondering why I decided to make this video. So many people actually approached me saying that they weren't sure about specializing after I had admitted it out loud. And they said that they had admired me for the position that I had taken and that I was taking control of my career. And I want to be completely honest with you, I'm very much still figuring it out. But what I do know is that specializing wasn't for me. And I got there by doing a future analysis. So medicine is a very respected, noble profession, and the path is incredibly clear. It's transparent. You know what it's going to take to get you down the path of success. You'll specialize, you'll work hard, you'll study, and you'll ultimately get to the goal that you're wanting. There is nothing wrong with that path, but honestly for me, it was not what I wanted and something always felt off, and at some point I just couldn't stop ignoring it. So what does a future analysis actually look like? What would life look like in 5 years' time if I stayed on this current path? I'd most likely be an OBGYN at state or private, and honestly none of those options sounded appealing. The Registrar program is tried and tested. Work very hard for 5 years, you'll get your degree, you'll do your research, and you'll become a specialist at the end of it. And ultimately what I realized that life just wasn't aligned for the one that I wanted for myself. I wanted to build a career that offers financial freedom, and I knew that selling my time was never going to get me there. And ultimately what I had to understand is that building systems that can provide immense value to people and that can be scaled and leveraged ultimately will get me there. But honestly, the hard truth is that this path is completely unknown. It's littered with failures and it's completely unpredictable. And there's only maybe the slightest chance or possibility of success. And you can probably call me insane, but if there's even the slightest possibility, I have to go for it. Because I truly believe you'll regret 100% of the moves you've never made. And so what's really important in life? Don't get me wrong. Life isn't all about money. It's about family, it's about relationships, it's about health, and it's about finding the time to do the things that give you the most joy. But let's be completely honest, having financial freedom makes it much easier to have those things. And so I had to admit a slightly uncomfortable truth. I wanted to be wealthy. And what I also had to understand was that the road getting there is not going to be easy. But I'd argue that getting anything of value probably never is. And so what's my advice? And this is the exact same advice that I gave to multiple doctors when they found out that I didn't want to specialize. And I'd love to share this with you too. Picture what your life would look like in 5 years' time. What are you doing? Who are you with? And where do you live? Are you traveling around the world for 6 months of the year, sipping mimosas on the Amalfi Coast? Are you living in Clifton, one of the most expensive suburbs in the world, in your 5-bedroom villa with your family and kids? Or are you the country's most renowned OBGYN because this is what gives you the most fulfillment? And so whatever your perfect life may look like, all I ask is that if you stay on this current path, will you get to your dream life in the next 5 years? And if the answer is yes, congratulations. And if the answer is no, I completely understand. I was there and you're not alone. In fact, I even made a tool that will make it easier for you to understand what you want your life to look like and how to get there. It's something that I even use myself. And I guarantee that when the picture becomes clear, everything will change. If you'd like this video and you'd like to see more, my latest video is up here and you can always subscribe to my channel.